grieve at what you missed. Grieve at what you missed. Over how that you may have made mistakes. Get past the regrets. And ask yourself the question, are you awake or are you in a fog? And when I think about this, underneath you'll see I put a continuum. On one side is happy, the other side is unhappy. People in our culture, and this sells a lot of movie tickets, they want the perfect life. I'm going to marry the perfect person, we're going to have the perfect house, we're going to have the perfect kids, we will have the perfect life. Underneath that, see where it says balance and unbalance, one of the key principles from the book Destination Success that you heard about earlier, is to just get your life in balance. You will never have your life perfect. You'll never find the perfect church. If you do, don't go to it, you'll mess it up. Because perfection is not the goal. But people who live their life saying, this will make me happy, reminds me of this story. A newlywed farmer and his wife were visited by her mother, who immediately demanded an inspection of the place. While they were walking through the barn, the farmer's mule suddenly reared up and kicked the man's mother-in-law in the head and killed her instantly. At the funeral service a few days later, the farmer stood near the casket and was greeted by people who walked by. The pastor noticed that whenever a woman would whisper something to the farmer, he would nod his head yes and say something. And whenever a man would come by and whisper to the farmer, he would shake his head no and mumble a reply. Curious, the pastor asked the farmer what it was all about after the funeral. The farmer said, well, the women would say, what a terrible tragedy, your mother-in-law was killed. And I would say, yeah, it was. And the men would say, you want to sell that mule? And I'd shake my head and say, no, I can't. It's booked up for over a year.